Today we're talking to Phil Collingsworth about their new project that is coming up later this year called Worship from Home. And Phil, thank you very much for taking the time to talk with us today.
You're welcome, Martin. Glad to do it.
Worship from Home is a very unique project in that it was recorded shortly after the COVID-19 lockdown started. So tell us a bit about how this came to happen.
Well, a lot of our compatriots in the Christian music business were doing live streams, doing concerts, some ticketed, some free. And we had been down for about 2 weeks, locked down. And we have a strong relationship with the Billy Graham Association through the Cove, which we perform at every year. I have a lot of friends there. Will Graham is a great friend. And through our process of talking what we'd like to do to be able to give back to the relief that was going on for COVID, our first thought went straight to Samaritan's Purse. And so we got a hold of them through Will Graham's organization to his dad, and decided that we would do a Sunday evening live concert and encourage the people to give. Thankfully, Facebook Live already had Samaritan's Purse set up as an approved charity, so we could put the donate button right up, and the funds just flowed straight to Samaritan's Purse, not to us. And so it was simple and easy, and we were blown away because Franklin Graham shared it, and so did Samaritan's Purse. And so more than 25,000 devices logged on, more than 3 minutes long during the process. But then when we were finished, there had been over 200,000 views already. And the folks gave 230,000 US dollars to Samaritan's Purse while we were singing. So it was a God evening. That's all I can say, Martin. It was just a God evening. We decided to do it very acoustic, right around the piano, and do a lot of music that the Collingsworth family don't have in their normal repertoire that we, tour with. We just needed it to be very atmosphere specific to that situation. And thankfully, the Lord helped us in choosing the unique repertoire for that evening, and the folks responded. Though we never, ever thought we would turn it into a product, a CD and DVD. And then that's what's happened now since, as a result of Providence Sony asking us to do that.
Well, that is wonderful. And what a great opportunity to give back and take advantage of technology and live stream an event like that. I noticed the song list is sort of unfamiliar songs, but also some classics like On Cloudy Day, It Is Well With My Soul, and a song that is very near and dear to Canadians because it was written in Canada, What a Friend We Have in Jesus. How did you actually narrow down the song list? Because I'm sure you probably had 100 songs to look at to begin with.
Well, to be honest with you, some of them didn't get narrowed down to about an hour or so before the live stream started. So the process, kind of happened all through the week. That is Kim, my wife's job. In fact, she's the music director of the group, and everybody in the group has a job. And so the actual selection of repertoire, doing the arrangements, all that falls within her scope. She does, of course, get ideas from everybody else, and sometimes it's just in the moment. We decided to do through it all we were just using that as a warm up in the to check the sound equipment and everything. And it fell into place in just a few hours before we were to go on. And we decided to do it just because it just had the right feel. What a Friend, we have always loved the kind of harmony you can get on that. And we had rehearsed it several times in sound check while we were on the road, but had never recorded it. And Kim just said, this is the night to do that because that will speak to people's hearts right now. And so we, within just a day or two of it, decided to put it on there, and it's part of it.
Well, it's a wonderful choice because the story behind the song itself is that the gentleman who wrote it, his mother was ill in Ireland, and he had heard that, and he wrote this poem originally as comfort to her. So I think, when you're reaching out to people who are feeling distressed, whether they know somebody with COVID-19 or they're just worried about it, it's a really touching poem that then got turned into a song. So it's a wonderful choice. And I think the songs are all great choices.
Well, thank you.
What did the recording event do for the family? Because I'm sure this is a very unique kind of thing. Normally you're in front of large audiences or you're in the studio recording, but this is a little bit different for you. What did that do for the family?
It was a very unique feeling when it was going on. When we look back later, we came off and they turned the live stream off, and we came into the kitchen. We all just looked at each other and said, "What just happened?" It was definitely the presence of the Holy Spirit was with us, and in a very unusual way. There was tears in our eyes. We were feeling pathos from the audience. Now, our one daughter-in-law was in there, and our son-in-laws, and they were feeding us some of the feedback that was coming from the audience, and they were also giving us the amount of giving that was going on. Now, thankfully, there was a ticker on the screen so that everybody could see what was being given. And it became like, I don't know, it became like the racehorses getting out of the gate. People kept cheering and cheering,
Yeah,
give, give, give. And that helped the whole process. And so it just had a uniqueness of its own. It's not something we can put our finger on that we pre-planned. It was the intervention of the divine. That's all we can say. And we never expected it to become a recording, but here it is, getting ready to be released. So it is what it is.
we're looking forward to it. Thank you so much, Phil, for taking the time today to chat about worship from home. Keep safe during this time, and we hope to see you in November. You're coming to Ontario, so we hope to see you then.
Lord willing, and they let us across the border, we'll be there.
Great. Thank you so much for your time.
Thanks, Martin. See ya.